Hello, this is Chris Trezise, and we're doing an episode on our Connection Heroes podcast through Knox B2B. And today's episode is all about leadership. Leadership is one of those things that we know we need, but a lot of times we kind of put it off, or we think we have it, or we put it on somebody else. But ultimately, it is our responsibility as business owners and even employees to have leadership skills. And today I have April Ballestero, and she is from One Light Ahead and One Light Academy, which specializes in teaching people the fundamentals of leadership. And April, I'll let you go ahead and kind of introduce yourself and kind of tell us how you got into this and why.
Thank you, Chris. It's a great gift to be with you today. And One Light Ahead was originally formed a seminar I did in 2006 before we ever became a company. A friend knew it was important for me to teach people the opportunity of how to lead themselves. And we used a multitude of facets to do that. And then I opened up One Light Ahead in my hometown in 2011. And One Light Ahead has been my coaching company. I'm a strategic leadership coach for One Light Ahead. And by 2021, I discovered that we needed to build a community, an agency for coaching resources. And so I am the strategic leadership coach for One Light Ahead. I have a master's degree in leadership. And I learned that I wanted a master's degree in leadership because I understood that coaching could be a waste of time if somebody didn't know how to lead themselves. And so through the journey, I've worked in the real estate industry for 20 plus years. I still carry a real estate license as well. I've worked in the insurance industry. We have a very successful leadership academy we teach throughout the state of New York and beyond now. And then we also, I'm an author of Slaying the Onion. And so we have a free chapter download on our website, onelightacademy.org, because we want people to know how to discover. And the way we're setting up the academy is we're providing resources for people in all different aspects of their life and how they can choose to lead their life. And then I take the book and I do a living unlayered leadership retreat where they do the self leadership program in advance, and then they come to an in-person retreat, and then they follow it through, which a lot of retreats don't do. And we do 4 weeks after the retreat so they can learn how to apply the principles of self leadership into their day-to-day communications, their team building, and their ultimate business building. And some are not in business, and that's okay too. The groups are made up of very diverse people on purpose, yet they're ready to learn, they're ready to invest in themselves, they're ready to look in the mirror.
Now, I've heard in the past, there's natural born leaders and things like that. What makes a person either question their leadership abilities or think that they've got it all put together and they don't need any help? I mean, I'm sure you have to deal with all those kind of different personality traits. What does somebody need to come to you with? And not maybe just be an attitude, but what do they need to come to the table with?
More often than not, I ask a question of people, do they feel they're a leader? And more often than not, most people do not believe they are a leader. I'd say 80% of the people still struggle with the idea that they can lead themselves, that they are a leader in every aspect of their life. And so when you ask what people come to me with, I'm certified in Habit Finder, Axiogenics. I'm certified in emotional intelligence and the DISC behavior styles. So I have assessments and tools that we can walk people through and discover where they are in their personality, in their thought patterns, etc. They really don't need to bring anything but an open mind and the willingness to be open to growing and developing their thought patterns. And that's why we've created a lot of different resources and tools. We have blogs, we have a book, like I said, Slaying the Onion. We also have a planner. We have tools that we've developed so they're easy buy-ins. And we even have a course that's less than $7, $1 a day for 7 days to invest 7 minutes to learn how you're thinking, how you're developing your own mindset, how you're willing to lead yourself. And what I've discovered more often than not is it's a ridiculously simple awareness once you're ready to be aware. More often than not, somebody will hear something and it'll go in one ear and out the other until they're ready to hear it, until their brain has opened up that file folder. And that's one of the things we work diligently on, is to help people uncover what thought patterns are really serving them. And we have an assessment that they can take for less than 15 minutes that'll discover which thought patterns are serving them and which thought patterns are not serving them. And that's a really big deal. And some people always say, I don't want you inside my mind. And I always say, believe it or not, I can see a lot of things before you ever take the assessment because I've been doing this for so many years now.
Right,
So,
right.
mhm.
So with the assessment and things like that, um, a lot of us get into business because we were a technician or we were in another business and we started this, and now we're trying to play catch up with all of the the leadership stuff that goes
Mhm.
along with that. Is there a way through these assessments to kind of gauge where that person needs to start, and do they need to start before they apply it, or they kind of progressively get better at something as they go along?
It is absolutely start where you are. One of the things that makes us uniquely different is we learn the person. We have formulas and recipes and pathways, and we're developing some very key pathways for leadership growth. And yet, what we purposely do is we see the person. Every person needs to be seen, valued, and heard. And so we customize based off of where they are and what is their highest priority first. And we have a multitude of coaches and resources to help them discover where they're ready to start and then where to take them next. And again, they've got to be ready to raise their hand and be open to the conversation because that's part of the journey is saying, yes, this is something I'm and coaching, the discovery of being willing and ready for coaching can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. It
Oh,
really
wow.
is a lot longer than most people realize. I mean, some people can buy into like the $7 course and they can do that and then they'll think about it. I mean, even one of my girlfriends, she bought the book and she got through the second chapter, which is very common. And then about 6 months later, she said, okay, I'm ready to finish this. So it's very normal. And it's also because looking in the mirror is not easy. And more often than not, we can tell what other people need, yet it's very difficult for us to see what we need and what we're willing to commit to do to make a change. And that's an improvement is a much better way of saying that.
Okay. So, what I hear you saying is through the coaching process, you'll kind of help them along, almost like a guide
Mm-hmm.
that says, these are the fundamentals that we're going to work on, and once we get those down, we're going to kind of implement those into your life, business schedule, and
Correct.
then start working on the next. And then I guess recap on those whenever needed to strengthen them, or because I would say it's something that's continual. You don't just read it, apply it, and then go on. It's one of those things where you have to almost be mindful of it every day.
Every day. I'm blessed to work with people across the country now, and even a restaurant company that I get to work with, their senior leaders. And people asked me once, "Do you work with the busboy?" I said, "No, I work with all the head leaders in the organization, and they train based from what we work on." And one of the things we've discovered is the more they connect as a team, the more they connect how they are individually adding value to themselves and others, the more we get to impact them. And like I said, it's every teams across the country from all different industries, even an attorney that I've worked with team for years. And there is a gift to understanding investing in your people has value. Understanding where they are, what they need, and that's one of the biggest feedbacks we got from one of our graduates recently in our academy. Is I got to understand that seeing each person not dependent on what role they had or where they were located, just who they are and how I can add value and build a relationship with them first. Then I can get purposeful on how I'm developing the team, how I'm developing the productivity, how I'm developing the result. When I learn to see people first and I'm intrinsically valuing people, that creates the first level of value and the highest level of value, in my opinion.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I work with a lot of businesses and so forth, and you can tell a lot of times when there's really not a leadership role like what you just explained um, as the leader. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like this: uh, we're going to succeed in spite of ourselves philosophy. Um, when that's kind of the case, what would be a good way for a person to? Uh, I guess, plant the seed in their leadership that needs some help.
More often than not, what most people will do, and what we did, we start with the leader first. We start with the CEO or the senior manager, and we do a coaching process with them. And we discover what strategy they want to bring to their team. And then they introduce one of us to their team. And then we build a course, academy pathway for them to build. We have one company, we're going to have over 600 people through a journey. And
Mhm.
we started with 13. And we had a meeting with the training and development team first. Then they chose the leaders to put into the first cohort. And then we start the second cohort next month, 2 months from now. And then we will do a couple cohorts a year, and build out a strategy plan for that. And I've done that multitude of times. We'll start with the training and development team and discover what their highest needs are, what type of course and community they want to build, what the highest priorities are. And we've got multitude of structures for that.
So it's not kind of a one size fits all kind of puzzle. You really do kind of take in the needs and the situation, employees, type of business, all those kind of things into account before you put together a plan.
Absolutely. Yeah. We get to meet with it, and then we get hired to come speak for their summits or their team development exercises. So they get introduced to us. So they're more excited about the cohort coming up, and they feel like they can have a personal relationship with us. And we've
Awesome.
done that a couple of times now so far.
So, if somebody wanted to begin this journey, what would be, first of all, what would be the best way for them to reach out to you or contact you or get more information about how to begin this process? How does that look?
OneLightAcademy.org is the website that you can contact us. You can see a couple of the different tools. You can reach out to me directly, Coach April at OneLightAcademy.net. I can have LinkedIn connections,
Mhm.
all the other social media platforms I'm on. We actually even on TikTok under called Living Unlayered, and it's all about truly revealing the layers and working through layers of communication, layers of team development, layers of leadership. There's just so many different processes, and so clarifying where they are, and it's easy to schedule an appointment with me, and it's 45 minutes or 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whichever they have available. And all of those are on the onelightacademy.org, or reach out through LinkedIn. It's a great LinkedIn's one of the best. Instagram, all of those I have though.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if there were one particular program that would be a great introduction for somebody that maybe they don't know their leadership skill or they've never, they're ready to take that journey, but they're not sure where to start, what would be that one program that they would definitely want to consider?
For a individual that's just learning about their leadership, we do have a program called Everyday Wins. It's under our courses on the website. You just look under courses, and that's a $7 easy buy-in, and that's a one way. If you're a deeper dive individual, pick up the book Slaying the Onion. If you're ready, I had an individual that saw the book on LinkedIn, got into the second chapter and said, "You're my coach," and
Mm.
hired me from that, and then went through our programs and went through the retreat and etc. and swears by it to this day.
So,
So
is the book also on your website?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you'll provide me a link and I'll put that in the show notes so that it'll be real easy for people to get in touch with you. And maybe, maybe we can do some more of these with maybe a little deeper dive
Sure.
on particular challenges that we all face. And I say we all because I don't think there's anybody that's ever the guru of leadership. There's always ways to learn and grow, and especially applying it is needs almost a coaching scenario, a third party that kind of can look at us without all the onion layers.
As a subject matter expert, I recall people have called me a leadership expert now. Even I have growth areas, and I am ridiculously humble because I surround myself with amazing coaches as well so that I can grow and teach and commit to, as John Maxwell would say, growing our leadership lid. And
Awesome.
he's also an amazing leadership coach. Yeah, we've all
Thank
got
you.
the resources. And Chris, you are a amazing community leader, and you make a huge impact in your communities. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. And I'm so glad that you're a part of our organization or our membership contributors and everything. And this has been great and very educational. And I look forward to doing more of these with you.
Same here. Thanks for your time.
Okay.